Durut salam. So, what would happen in a fight between Colby Covington and Khamzat Chimaev? Khamzat wins, okay? Either by tap or TKO. Does not go the distance. And here's why. So, Covington's got one strategy to work. And I'm going to go against myself because I thought about it a little more. And Khamzat is not going to play with anybody that's going to play the distance game. You play the distance game on him, he's going to take you down. You're going to go to the cage. And if it's standing, then you're going to get mauled standing. And if it's on the ground, you're going to get ground and pound until you either tap or he knocks you out. Okay, well, Covington needs to go attack. He needs to attack and immediately try to take it to jitsu in the middle of the ring. Only way you can fight Dagestani guys is you got to attack them, or Chechens. He's from Chechnya. But anybody with Soviet Sambo, Soviet wrestling, you have to immediately attack them. Take it down to the center of the cage where your skills, jiu-jitsu or whatever it is, works. Colby Covington is great at jiu-jitsu. That's why he's going to be able to last a few rounds. That and his iron jaw. So, it's in the third, right? Maybe second. I don't know. I see Covington lasting a little bit, but he's going to get most likely it's going to be a TKO. He's going to get knocked out because he gets stuck, and the more the fight goes on, the more his pop is a sandbag and not a steel rod. All right? Khamzat Chimaev is going to hit you with this. With this. And what does he do against lefties, man? Anytime you line up lefty against Chimaev, it leaves a beautiful strike zone for his big right hand. So, if Covington wants to stand and trade, it will end in the first. Because Chimaev is a way better striker than Colby Covington. And where Colby Covington gets stuck, he gets stuck. He pop, pop, pop. It's stuck. There's a split second where he's stuck. Okay, that's what I mean by stuck. Stuck is when you do something and then you kind of it takes a breath or two before you can move. When I use the term of guys who get stuck, that's what it is. Okay, it's guys that have to take a second and process or take a second to move. That second, anytime you face somebody with the skill set of Khamzat Chimaev, Khabib Nurmagomedov, anything like that, I think my pasta's done. I'm going to bake some chickpea pasta. It's going to be a great vegetarian meal because I am a vegetarian, believe it or not. And guess who's doing Sambo? Me. I've had great respect for it for a long time, and so I'm looking forward to getting into it. I couldn't find anybody around here whose judo was old school enough for the judo that I know. So my judo, in order for me to get awarded my black belt, Dr. Kayvon Dehnad has got to approve of my teacher. And there's not really anybody around here that's spinning and grinning and rolling. Anyway, back to Covington Chimaev. Yeah, that was the first thing they said whenever it went and rolled Sambo. They were like, wow, dude, you know some old school judo. They don't teach that shit anymore. Yeah, I know. Anyway, so Chimaev does not get stuck. He's going to press forward. He's going to do his thing. And his game plan is he's going to go forward with strikes. He's either going to take you down with a single leg, double leg, whatever. It's going to be a wrestling takedown trip. You know, pretty simple. His takedowns are, he's not e-punting. He's not doing a lot of hand grabbing, a lot of head grabbing. It's, you know, You don't have to watch subtle things in the shoulders and the hips. He's going straight for you. And it's either going to be a single leg, double leg, or it's got to be a trip. But you're going down, and that shows how good his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu teacher is to do those simplified leg takedowns at that kind of level, simplified trips and whatever. So if Covington comes at him, keeps it in the center of in the ring, then his Jiu-Jitsu superiority has got to give him a shot. Okay, if he can keep length at the right times, like keep length and then circle away, work his way back into, if he could strike in the center of the ring, he's got a better shot. But if it goes ding round one and he takes a step back, Chimaev's going to maul him. He's just going to maul him. If it's ding round one and it's a shot, move, pick and pop, and then, come in with a takedown, then Colby Covington's got a shot. He's got a shot because he's got an iron chin that'll keep him in a fight even when he's losing, And since, I don't know if he's necessarily a one-hitter quitter, but he's got enough pop in his hands that he can knock someone out in the second, third round after a brawl and sprawl. And that's the problem with playing a very strike-heavy game in the upper weights. Once you get past 160, once you're in the 170s, 180s, 190s, 200s, everybody can end your night with one shot. That's just it. Because they're standing with enough mass with the square shot. They don't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect. Technique doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to land. And that's the thing. Once you start getting into heavier weight categories, hands will start to be a bit heavier. So, but I see this as Chimaev pretty easy. Colby Covington has cleaned some stuff up, but he didn't clean everything up. He beat a very washed up, a very bad Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley fought like shit, guys. And he beat him late in some rounds. This wasn't a fucking, he didn't come out and KO Tyron Woodley, right off the bat. Chimaev fucking KO'd his guy right off the bat. Now, it's Meerschaerts and Tyron Woodley are on two different planets. But what I'm saying is you want to be KOing fools. You want to be dominating if you're going into a fight with Chimaev. Now, he looked very good. He controlled the fight. Yes, he dominated the fight. But if you're going to pop out on the tape for me to say that you're going to do something against Chimaev, you need to be blasting fools. I mean, you got to be hitting Tyron Woodley with asteroids. Like, his face has got to explode after I'm serious. I mean, the guy broke a rib, He could have been having rib troubles for the last 3 weeks. We don't fucking know. He could have aggravated an old injury. Tyron Woodley is walking around waiting to be injured. He's just not the same guy anymore. Some people say, I've already gone over this, but some people are like, oh, that's just his fight. He's just not landing the big shot. Baloney. He ain't wrestling no more. And once you ain't wrestling no more, everything else is going to fall apart. So, Colby Covington has got to come at Chimaev, take him down, use jiu-jitsu, and then when it is up, he has got to be able to move around him laterally. He's got to be able to get out of the way and work back into the center of the ring, because he who owns the center of the ring owns this fight. They do. He who owns the center of the ring owns this fight. And what I mean is you stand in the center of the ring and push and drive your opponent to the cage. The guy who is driving the other guy to the cage is the guy who's going to have the upper hand. And he who gets to, land their shot has got the upper hand. I mean, obviously. So, did I see enough quickness And did I see enough dominance in sheer power from Colby Covington that would indicate to me that he's going to beat Chimaev? No, I didn't. Did I see a toughness and a resilience and really, really good work on the ground that says that he can last a few rounds and give himself a shot? Yeah. Did I see from the last 3 fights in a row that Chimaev is going to work everybody up until, 2 weight classes? Who's going to give him? Who's going to give him a test? Is Cyril Adesanya upper class? Paulo Costa upper class? Probably. That's probably where the challenges are. Let's pump the brakes. First, he's got to fight, Kamaru Usman, which I think now Kamaru Usman is the same kind of athlete as Chimaev. Chimaev, since his breathing and his mastery of martial arts, the esoteric martial arts, is a little bit better. He might be a better athlete than Kamaru Usman. We'll see. We'll see when he starts fighting those fights. So I'll give you 4 names that I think could give him a fight. Street Jesus, Gilbert Burns, Kamaru Usman, Israel Adesanya, Paulo Costa. I didn't say Colby Covington. Colby Covington gets stuck, and getting stuck is the thing that just Chimaev just obliterates. So, and I still think that Colby Covington is dumb enough to sit and trade hands in the middle of the ring. Which, nah, man. You land your shot, and then you go in for a takedown. It's the only way. It's the only way to fight Chimaev. You have to go in for a takedown immediately and try to fucking... And he'll be slippery and whatever, and then you work yourself up to the feet, and then you just keep doing it. You can't go to the cage. It's force multiplier. And you're the one getting divided. You're not the one you're getting multiplied on. You're not doing the multiplying. So, Colby Covington versus Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev! Великий!